Knock, knock. Who's there? Me. Open the door and listen to what I got to say. We all know it's like the jungle, and that's the way it is. Hard times and bad times are being preached to our kids.
You like that?
What the hell?
That's
that was my alarm. I was waking up and I thought that was the alarm clock again. I was like, God damn it! Shut that thing off, Corey!
and somebody sent me this video of Mr. T, and I was like, you know what? I don't know, it made me happy, and I just want to start the show off with it.
Thank you. Hey, no, that shit I have to hear it every morning when that shit goes off. Turn it up, Corey.
You wish you had.
That freaking rock man. Turn it up. Man,
every day is war and poverty. What's that?
I'm surprised nobody's put out a Mr. T's greatest hits, especially from that goddamn show that he did, that one shot show that he did with where I guess he's just hanging out with a bunch of kids. That's
where I got this from. That's what this is.
Oh no shit. Okay, well, I'm shocked I never heard of that one. Well, fuck.
Yeah, no, somebody sent that to me. It's him. If you haven't heard of this video, everybody's heard of it. But if you haven't, it's called Mr. T's Be Somebody or Be Somebody's Fool.
There you go.
It is true. It's him just hanging out with a bunch of kids, learning how to break dance and how to rap and doing some
teaching the kids how to sing. Mother, there is no other.
Mother. Yeah, he comes out.
Mother.
Wrote a song about mothers. Right. Motherfuckers. I mean mothers.
Yeah.
There's no other. Listen to me, fool. He tries to see. He even tries to do some comedy.
Yeah. What, for a black guy, he really doesn't have a lot of soul, though. If you watch him dance in that mother video, it looks like he's trying really hard to keep up with that beat, dude.
Yeah, if you can find the video, even when he's up here rapping.
Yeah.
See, people are too scared to tell him. They're like, Mr. T, you might be black and everything, but you ain't got no rhythm, you ain't got no soul.
I think he beat it. I think his dad must have beat it out of him.
Mr. T, he got so many gold chains, he must have put some in his ass, because that fool can't dance to save his life. If you watch this video, he's out there. All you kids in the world today, get together and you better pray. And he's just doing a two-step back and forth like he's a country line dancer.
Well, hey, man, those gold chains, that shit is real, dude. So that weighs a lot.
Well, I'm about to say, that shit was probably weighing him down. I can't move.
He's doing the two-step like an old lady. He can barely keep his fucking torso up. The continuing battle with gravity every day for that poor guy.
That fool, man. I was looking at him in his video. He's got... It's almost like an optical illusion. He's got so many chains on that I swear his neck must be like an inch thick.
I know.
It must be as long as E.T.'s neck, because that shit is, it just looks like he's got a big neck because he got all those chains on. But if you really look at it, it's like, damn, dude, that shit must be stretching his neck about a couple of inches higher than it needs to be.
I know. And I've always wondered, like, wow, I know that shit is not fake. Only because his neck would have fucking looked like he he had the Green Giant's fucking neck. I mean,
oh, you talking about like the necklaces weren't fake, like those were real?
Yeah, yeah.
That
shit starts to turn green, and then that shit gets on your neck.
His neck would have looked like diarrhea if that shit had been fake. No, that shit was real.
Oh my god, I just had to type up Mr. T to look at him on the internet, and I found a GIF that it shows Mr. T wearing camouflage and his gold chains are all sparkling. you know like those gifts you get that people used to send us, like when we started Spill, it was like, have a nice Wednesday, and that shit be all sparkling and just going crazy. There's a picture of Mr. T where his gold chains are fucking sparkling like crazy, dude. I'm going to save this, and I'm going to put it on the comments.
Yeah, please do, man. I got to see that shit, because...
Dude, it is badass. I'm looking at this motherfucker right now. This motherfucker has, like, feathers, like, all, like, attached to his earrings. I almost forgot about that.
Mr. T was a straight-up fool. Back in the day, man. I mean, you think there's benefits to being big? But sometimes that shit can work. It can work against you because I think he was like colorblind. You know, because if you look at it, he's wearing like 2 different color socks.
Oh yeah. Hey dude, I had that Mr. T doll with the tube socks.
The tube socks
and the overalls.
That fool looked like that fool was. I mean, he was the biggest black man back in the day. He dressed like Rainbow Bright.
Yeah.
and nobody was. Everybody was scared to tell him any different. You know, it's like because you know some people want to be like he come out like, what do you think about when I got old? And people be like, well, actually, what? No, it's good. Yeah. Shut up. You like it?
I didn't ask about all that.
It's not a question. Oh no, it's great. It's great. Yeah, no, you look awesome. He's like that cereal. He's like that cereal. That Mr. T cereal talking about. It's cool. That's what. We think about my outfit. It's cool.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't have like a fucking Lucky Charms type cereal with all the fucking craziest colors you can think of. They should have had like cereal with like tube socks, like tube sock marshmallows with all kinds of different colors.
I know. It'll be like green tube socks, green tube socks, purple striped pants, blue overalls, red
gold
feathers, gold chains.
You got a gold chain. That's the prize. A fucking big hunk of chain just falls in your cereal.
Chocolate heads. Yeah,
I guess they should do like a commercial where a kid is like fucking pouring Mr. T cereal and the big ass chain follows and milk splashes all over the kid.
Sploosh!
And Mr. T behind him going, boo!
That's my chain.
Yeah.
I bought this shit. Shut up, fool. That's my chain. I lost that shit. Give me that shit.
Mom, treat your mother right.
I know. You know they would probably try to pitch him on that shit too. Mr. T, look, we got all these different color marshmallows to match your outfit. We trying to say I dress funny? No. Yeah. Make it gold. Why can't it all be gold? Just make it all gold. I like gold. I want people to actually eat gold.
Gold cereal.
Yeah, I know. He's sitting up there nibbling on his own chain. Gold is good. Mr. T, I don't think people can eat gold. Why not? I can't, fool.
That gold turns the milk green.
A fake chain in every box of cereal. Turn your milk green. You know, we're talking about Mr. T, people. First of all, I knew you thought that we weren't going to do this. I am in New York. I'm actually in the office right now. The Spillcom New York offices. I had to go hide out in the conference room.
How's the weather over there, Corey?
It's actually pretty nice. It's warm.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I mean, it's funny because it's kind of cool at night, and you're outside and you walk around, and the weather, you're saying, man, this is like autumn for us. But for some reason, every time you get inside somewhere, it is fucking hot.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah. I'm here staying with Joel, and I'm up here sleeping and.
Well, a lot of those places don't have AC, right?
Yeah, they got wall units and shit like that. It's like all these buildings are old. I'm surprised none of these wall units have fallen off and like hit somebody on the head, you know?
Oh, they will. Don't worry.
Yeah, give it time. Just one day, all of them. It's so old, all this shit's gonna crumble one day. It's gonna be like 2012, you know, a disaster movie. Except it's just gonna be like air conditioning units just falling on people's heads.
That's gonna be the first sign of the apocalypse.
Be like a Roland Emmerich movie.
Like, a long shot, more like a Michael Bay, where you just start seeing AC units falling from the building, like a wave of AC units. Like, oh no, something's going on. What the hell?
From director Michael Bay, window air conditioning unit.
You got Chris Tucker running down the street by himself, trying to outrun the fucking AC units falling.
Help! Man, I would love to see that movie.
I'll make it happen, Corey. Don't you worry.
Yeah, let's write Michael Bay. I mean, the shit can't be any sillier than Michael Bay's other movies.
I'm gonna sell it to the asylum. I'll call it Asteroids.
Michael Bay and Roland Emmerich should team up together. From Michael Bay, director of every fucking disaster movie out there, and Roland Emmerich, director of every other fucking disaster movie out there, comes window air conditioning unit. Do you remember when they had like Armageddon, and at the beginning of the movie they had Eddie Griffin with that dog?
Oh yeah.
Man, they almost killed my dog.
I know. Oh shit. Man, I always was like watching that scene. I was just like, oh my god, here's another example where they use a black man just for straight up comedy. That's
See?
it.
You said it, I didn't, but you know that's what happened. I mean, the movie opens up.
How dare they do that to my people, Corey?
That fool, the movie opened up with this black man acting silly. Oh wait, did I lose you?
Why you gotta be walking a dog, Corey? Huh?
Walking the dog and this asteroid is funny because the asteroid barely misses him. I mean, at least they didn't kill the brother, you know. At least it didn't land on him with his Air Jordan sticking at the bottom of the rock, looking like you remember Wizard of Oz where the first Wicked Witch had the house fall on her and those feet were sticking out from the house. That's what they should have done to Eddie Griffin.
Yeah, that's what they, and then you see another black guy run over and steal the shoes and run over.
And steal the shoes, and then Eddie Griffin's feet curl up like the witch.
He's wearing 2 different color socks.
It turns out he took Mr. T's fashion tips.
Yeah.
And that dog just looks at the screen and is like, this is just silly. But man, yeah, we're talking about Mr. T because to finish up here in New York, yeah, man, it's nice up here, and already a lot of people they want to stick around and come in and say hi to you, but it's already late and a lot of people had to leave. I already talked to 100%. You know, he says, hello.
Jamie.
Jamie.
They're all lining up to talk to me.
Yeah. Everybody was like, "Hey, you guys gonna do a show?" Like, there's one girl here named Amanda. She's just been crying to come on and be on something that we do.
Oh,
hey,
no shit.
Can I come on the show? Can I be a cartoon? Can I guest star?
Oh.
Yeah. That's like you tell her no. God damn it. Can you
take off your clothes?
Yeah. Show your top.
Yeah.
Yeah, show your titties. Show your Jewish titties.
Why do you have to be Jewish, Cole?
Because that's what they are. They're Jewish titties.
Oh.
I mean,
I
gotta be quiet. There's one guy here in the office.
Why can't they be black titties, huh? Why?
I guess they could be black Jew titties. You know, that's what Sammy Davis Jr.
Oh my God. You know what? I was thinking the other day after we had our show with the werewolf teams, and then I got caught up real late on this whole what is it? The comedian actor Danny Glover, not Danny Glover.
Oh, the Spider-Man thing.
Donald Glover.
Donald Glover.
Whole Spider-Man fiasco, which has been going on every website, including ours, as far as just causing like the biggest debates. If you either agree or don't agree with a black Spider-Man, which I find really fascinating. But
I find it. Look, Carlisle and I had this conversation, and. Yeah. I don't know. I think I haven't read so many of them. I don't think anybody really said this. I think I'm swear there's one person who said I'm a self-hating black man because I said I did not want to see a black Spider-Man.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry. It doesn't make. I'm the kind of person where when you do an adaptation of something, I want, or especially a comic book, I want to see what I see on those pages transferred to the screen as close as possible. Because if they don't, then what was the use in even adapting it? It's just another case of Hollywood taking a property, especially a comic book, and not giving a shit about what they do to it.
No, that's true. And yeah, I mean, we've talked about this before.
Yeah, we did.
Like, the funny thing is we actually talked about this before this even came out, I think, where they changed the character ethnicity, and I said in the last show, it makes you feel like, okay, do they have another agenda with this to where it's not even about what they're making anymore? It's about, probably just doing something different to do it and to make a certain demographic happy or to get them in the theater. I mean, it's not about the property anymore and why, or it's not about the property. It's more about, you have a whole nother agenda with it instead of catering to the fans that made that property the big property, the huge property that it is. And you're kind of in some ways taking a shit on it because that property's been around for generations.
Yeah. It's because I remember, and this is I don't want to like keep going back to Carlisle, because I don't want to like make it seem like I'm like trying to make him look bad or disrespect his opinion, because we had a real civil, nice talk about it. I remember he brought up an example of like Battlestar Galactica, and he said, well, they changed some of those characters from like when they remade that show, they made some characters female, or at least one character from Star, and I was like, yeah, but Battlestar Galactica is not a part of our culture as much as Spider-Man is. It was a one-season show that
it
got
was
remade.
it was a bad show.
Yeah, and it was remade later, and it's still kind of a cult. It's still kind of a show that has built its own cult.
Mm-hmm.
Has its own specific fans. Not everybody knows about Battlestar Galactica, where everyone knows about Spider-Man. Spider-Man is so entrenched in our culture now that our mothers know who Spider-Man is without us even saying that. So to just take it without any warning and making that character a different ethnicity just doesn't make sense to me. And he used the excuse of, well, the character. It doesn't rely on him being any like his history doesn't rely on him being any ethnicity. Like Thor is Scandinavian, Captain America came about in a time where a black character probably wouldn't be as accepted during the World War II period as Captain America is. And I was thinking to myself, and I was going to mention this during the podcast, but I forgot to do it at the time because we kept going on back and forth. But what I was going to ask him was, well, what about Batman? He'd probably say, yeah. He'd probably be like, yeah, I can see a black Batman or Bruce Wayne if somebody did it, because my whole thing is like Batman doesn't really rely on any ethnicity. He could be a black man just as well as anything else. So would people want to?
We can get MC Hammer. I mean, he was a millionaire, right? I don't know if we really want to tell that last story where he loses it all, but hey. Well, it happens.
We could get Tiger Woods to be Bruce Wayne,
and he lost it all.
Yeah, no, we can get Tiger Woods to be Bruce Wayne. He's a millionaire. He's a billionaire. There you go.
Yeah. The ending of the movie will be his wife beating the shit out of him.
Yeah, or Superman for that matter. Superman comes from a different planet. What if he had come from a planet full of black people? You know what I mean? Does it matter? I mean, I'm just saying, but we really want to.
They already did that. They did that with Hancock.
They shit did. And what they do to that superhero? The brother ended up being an alcoholic, a junkie.
The alcoholic brother.
Yeah. Sitting
That's
around
the only
with
way it can turn out.
Bad clothes on.
Yeah. Go ahead.
But no, I was just thinking. But would you want to see? I mean, how many people would like to see a black Superman or a black Batman? And I don't think people are being racist when they say that. A lot of people want to pull the race card and say, "Oh, well, you're just being racist when you say that."
Oh no, dude, that's been going on. The funny thing about these discussions and reading people's comments is people love pulling out that fucking card, man. I swear to God.
I'm telling you. I mean, I'm sure there are some people who would say, "I don't want to see a black Spider-Man. I don't want to see a nigger Spider-Man." But you know what? Yeah. I don't think those are the people who are being vocal. I think the people who are being vocal are saying, "Why? Just really tell me why you would just change that character to another ethnicity without any kind of warning at all. It's no longer an adaptation anymore. It has become a reimagining of something. And if they had said that this is a different Spider-Man, we're going to do a black version of Spider-Man or something, people might not like it, but we'd be like, hey, we'll be a little more prepared for it.
Yeah.
But
you know what? I was a little curious. It's funny that Carla brought up Battlestar Galactica because that's the first thing I kind of thought about, where I was like thinking, how would I feel if they just decided to do a black? But let's just say this whole campaign works, and the studio's like, hey, you know what? Fuck it, let's just do it. How would I feel getting ready to, preparing myself to watch a black Spider-Man film? And I was really thinking hard about it. I was like, I want to know how I'd react. I do know that I don't think if the studio wanted to do something like that, I'd be really curious to see how many people would be in that theater the first weekend,
Well,
out of morbid curiosity to see, like, how many people would be willing to accept a black Spider-Man. And I'm not even calling it like, I'm not going to bring out the race card on this either. I'm curious how many people would be more upset that they're just, changing a character that's been around, that's well established, as opposed to some people who will have the excuse of like going, no, fuck that. I don't want to see no black Spider-Man movie. Fuck that.
I think a lot of people, I still think you get people in, you probably get more people out of curiosity. Because the thing is this, do I think that that the kid could do it? This guy that's saying he wants to do the audition, Donald Glover. I don't know. I mean, you know what? He probably can do it, and he'd probably be a very good Peter Parker in personality, But the whole
he's a good actor. Hey, you got to give him. Yeah, he's a good actor, and you know what? Yeah, I can't see him do it.
But the whole time I'm watching it, I just be thinking, I really wanted to see the comic book come to life. I didn't want to see them change it up this much. as much
because you turn the movie into something else.
Yeah.
It automatically becomes something else other than Spider-Man.
Peter Parker looks a certain way in the comic books. It has nothing to do with his race. He happens to be a character that's white. We've seen him like that all through the history of the comics. I always thought like it'd be interesting to see what this version of Peter Parker would be like. And to change his ethnicities means like they've totally, to me, have changed that character. And and like I said, it's no longer them adapting the pages of the comic book to bring it to the movies. It's them just taking liberties with it that I feel personally is kind of disrespectful to the to the company.
And actually, I completely agree with that. And getting back to the Battlestar Galactica, where I was thinking like, well, hey, they did it with Battlestar Galactica and it worked just fine. But then I realized, but that's adapted from a real shitty TV show. That was a Star Wars ripoff. And yeah, those characters weren't even fleshed out, where they weren't really characters.
Like I said, Battlestar Galactica.
With the exception of the two main characters.
Well, here's the deal. Battlestar Galactica was one, I think, for all I know, was one season, maybe a little bit more, but it was. It disappeared for years. It was gone and then resurfaced. Now, Spider-Man, the comic books today are ongoing. We see him in different iterations of, like, we see him in animation, we see him in action figures. We see that we are continuing to see this character, and it's not like he's disappeared for a while, and then somebody can just come up and say, "Oh, you know what? We're just going to redo this because it's been gone. Nobody cared." No, it's still around, and for them to, it's just a shock to just say, "Hey, I don't even know why we're even going crazy about this because they're not going to do it." That's the bottom line. They're not going to do it.
I guarantee you. I was always wondering too if they said, "Hey, Donald Glover, you want to do this?" I'm really curious if he would go. You know what? Part of me is thinking, you know what? He would probably go, you know what? This was kind of a joke. I wasn't really being serious about it. I just wanted to see what the hell, how people would treat this. I'm still on a show called Community, and I actually have a contract. I can't.
Yeah, I got
don't have time
a steady check coming. That'd be fun if they pull that shit on him. Like he started all this shit, and they came up and just said, "All right, hey, you want to do it? Come on." No, I was just playing. No. You want to be Spider-Man? Come be Spider-Man.
I'm just playing, dog.
Yeah, no, I just playing. No, nigga, get up and put the suit on and be Spider-Man. We getting ready to roll now. Do this shit.
He gets a call from the agent. What the fuck did you just do?
Yeah.
You know how long it took me to fucking get you on Community?
Yeah, his agent is just like, you son of a bitch.
Yeah. Spider-Man is one fucking movie. You're contracted for 4 seasons. You dummy.
Yeah, you dumbass. Tell you what, give me that goddamn phone. You're not allowed to be on Twitter anymore. Get off
the internet when I'm talking to you.
God damn it. He's causing trouble. What is this? You want to audition for the next Superman movie? Get your ass on.
Yes, you son of a bitch. You want to be Abraham Lincoln? Motherfucker. But real quick, because I was also thinking, like, let's say, you do have Donald Glover. I keep calling him Danny Glover. That's something I would want to see.
You want to see Danny Glover as Spider-Man?
Over this shit, I'm almost falling off the walls. And anyway, I'm always like, okay, if you're gonna change Peter Parker, now what are you gonna do about Mary Jane, Gwen Stacy? I mean, are you still gonna want to keep those characters white, or do you want to do like what do you want to do with them? Is Beyonce gonna be playing Mary Jane now? Or like, what's going? And you got to think about Aunt May. Is that gonna be?
It's gonna be Cicely. It's gonna be Cicely Tyson as Aunt May and Danny Glover as Uncle Ben.
Uncle Ben.
Oh, you know what? No, they get the real Uncle Ben. They just get an actor and glue that guy from the box of rice on his face. do it like South Park. That mouth is going up and down. I'm Uncle Ben.
Uncle Ben.
How you doing?
Uncle Ben and Aunt Jemima.
Aunt Jemima. Put Uncle Ben and Aunt Jemima up in there.
Okay, now this is getting racist.
This is getting racist. This is getting very
the funny thing is, though, I brought this all up, honestly, not to – because I know you guys already talked about it. I didn't want to
you know what? I want to hear your opinion on it, so I'm glad you did bring it up.
Well, hey, there you go. There you have. But when I was thinking about that whole Spider-Man thing, I started thinking about the werewolf thing we were talking about.
Uh-huh.
And I thought, you know what? If you want to make a real interesting movie – have Donald Glover plays Spider-Man, who is a high school kid who dresses up as a werewolf. Come on, man. Let's go. During the day, he's a teen werewolf, and at night, he's a crime-fighting superhero known as Spider-Man.
Hey, man, you know what? At this point, if you're gonna make him black, you might as well.
Hey, yeah, it'll make perfect sense.
All right, how about this? How about if they're not? How about they're not changing anything? Like Donald Glover can really play the part very well. So what they do is they paint him white. They put him in whiteface to look like Peter Parker, and make him wear a wig and all that kind of shit.
Nah, they'll just think it's another Wayne's Brothers movie.
Hey man, why am I doing Chris Tucker out of nowhere? It just
come on, man. The they can put on the poster half wolf, half spider, all black.
Hey, you know what? If that's what they want to do, if they want to make him like bring Donald Glover in when he's in the black Spidey suit,
yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I think we got something going. We can negotiate this. We can make everybody happy. You know this.
A teen werewolf where he dresses up. He has to deal with that being an outsider. But at the same, he turns to Spider-Man and hey, you know, we could even make him like the captain of the basketball team.
There you go.
He's black.
I love it.
Well, come on.
I agree. I personally greenlight this. Let me go ahead and make some calls to Sony real quick. I'm gonna get them on the phone. Hold on, I'm calling them right now. Sony? Yeah, I like to set up a meeting. Check. What was this co-host? I'm here with my associate co-host. What was it again?
Spider-Man, Wolfman 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Wolfman 2, Electric Boogaloo. What's our tagline for this?
Half wolf, half spider, all black.
Check this out. Okay, Marty, check this out. Half wolf, half spider, all black. So, hello? Hello? But you know, you're onto something, man. Instead of being like, you know how he was a science nerd in like in the original comic books? Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
They want to like make it something contemporary. Instead of being a science nerd, he's an outcast. He's one of them wolf kids. He's a black wolf boy.
That's right.
He's a nerdy black wolf boy. He's an outcast. He's getting his ass beat every day for dressing up like a black wolf, hanging out with that fucking wizard, that black wizard. Black wolf. Black Wolf, the Dragon Master.
No, they'll be no. Black Wolf will show up at the end of the movie, just like Samuel Jackson did as Nick Fury at the end of Iron Man. It'll be at the very, what do they call those? At the very end, they tack it on. At the
bullshit
very end
is what I call it, like making people stay after a movie. But yes, that's what they should do.
And then his laughing, you're not the only black superhero in this neighborhood. Can you dig it?
Can you dig it? Hey man, that's way. I was way too cool for that black wizard. Even though I'd like to see him show up. People, if you don't know who we're talking about, in that Triumph, the Insult Dog, where that segment, that skit where he went to see all these nerds show up for episode 1. Was it episode 1?
Yeah, it was Phantom Menace.
Phantom Menace, yeah, where he went and talked to all those nerds. We already talked about this, so we're going to mention it again for those who just tuned in for the first time. Across the street, out of all these people dressed like Star Wars characters and Jedis and Stormtroopers and shit and Chewbacca's, across the street, there's this black dude dressed up like a wizard in a bright green outfit. And from across the street, you hear him like just say, I just came to see what you Jedis are up to. like he just came through time, you know? And the fool, on his way through time, he stopped by Burger King and got himself a filet of fish. That fool got a fish sandwich. So it would be hilarious if he showed up at the end of the Spider-Man movie.
I'm laughing so hard. Now because I just pulled up his MySpace page.
Oh, he's still around?
The guy has a MySpace page. And
he's still around? Black Wolf?
Yeah, Black Wolf, the Dragon Master.
The Dragon Master.
Beard, his beard is fucking huge in this picture, and he's wearing like a pointy hat. He looks like a fucked up Santa Claus.
Let me see if I can find this. Hold on.
Yeah, just type in Black Wolf, the Dragon Master, and the first thing you should see actually is his.
Man, the first
my-
look, all I typed black, and then I got to W, and it already came up Black Wolf, the Dragon Master. I didn't even get to type all that shit out.
click on this picture, dude.
Is it his MySpace
Okay.
page?
Yeah, it's his MySpace page.
Why don't this fool? He's supposed to be a top-notch wizard. How come he doesn't get a Facebook page?
No, that's too modern for him, dude. They're using MySpace back in
This
the
fool has
fucking
got
dark age.
this fool has got on this fake ass Santa Claus beard.
You know, okay, now read the captions, dude. This first one, it says, "It is I, Black Wolf, the Dragon Master, at the 2003 Easter Parade."
This fool ain't updated this page in years, and he says he's 44 years old. I wonder if this is true.
What? Okay,
This is a damn
are
shame
you
if
looking?
that's true.
Are you looking at the picture? Because there's a picture. He has a picture. There's 3 pictures on his photos page. There's one where it's just him, another with I guess he's with some fans, and then there's one picture at the end that's just a fish fillet sandwich.
Where is that picture?
Just look on his photos. It's just a fish fillet sandwich with tartar sauce like fucking spilling out of it.
That fish
It
fillet
says right here,
sandwich.
"I am afraid that the NBC network will never let this go."
He's a black wizard, man. A fucking black wizard with a fake ass beard, 44 years old, still out here being silly. Let me see his pics real quick.
Yeah, dude.
Oh,
Yeah,
I see it, man.
The second pic is with him and the guy who does the Triumph character. It's like me with that fresh hound and his superior.
Now what was so funny because he was on when Triumph the Insult Dog came up to him. He was like, come here, fresh hound." And he just stayed in character the whole time.
Yeah, he would, and he'd always beat him up. He'd beat him on the head with that cane of his, or he'd even make the sound effects. Boosh, boosh, boosh.
Listen to this shit. Listen to this. Listen to what he says. "Greetings, mortals. Master Richard, my mortal-born alter ego, is Richard Washington, age 43, Leo, native New Yorker, adventurer, silly person, unpublished author, artist, dreamer."
Artist dreamer. I need to put that shit on my resume.
Oh, where's goddamn fool?
Yeah, I know. Silly black man.
silly grown ass black man. Can you believe? See, this is what trips me out about these. We talking about these wolf kids are never gonna grow out of that. I mean, at some point they'll grow out of that wolf shit. Some of these motherfuckers gonna be 50 years old still thinking they werewolves.
Yeah.
Hanging out at the mall and shit. Cause this is a damn shame. Don't no Negro need to be walking around 44 years old with a fake ass Santa Claus beard on, unless he's working for Salvation Army.
No shit. I'm shocked he's actually 44 years old. I thought he was like a fucking teenager when I saw that.
I did too. Shit, maybe he's just fucking retarded or something.
That's crazy, man.
Wow.
I'm looking at his friend. I'm looking at his friends now, and he has a picture of a can of Coca-Cola.
Jesus Christ, him and Mr. T, boy.
Oh boy.
But
Anyway.
yeah, he needs to show up at the end of that Spider-Man movie. "You're not the only black nerd, damn fool around here," and takes a bite out of that
Fresh
sandwich. Yeah, fresh hound, crunch. Yeah, him and goddamn boy, silly black man, him and Mr. T. But coming back to Mr. T, that's why we were talking about Mr. T. We've had a lot of people die, man. That's one of the things we're gonna cover.
What? Mr. T died?
Well, no,
Oh.
I'm worried for Mr. T because all of some of my favorite people from the '80s are dying, man.
I know, dude. And you know what that tells me? We are getting fucking old.
I know. Shit, we're gonna be next.
Well, except me, I'm a robot. So sorry, Corey.
I know. Yeah, only me of the flesh succumbs to death. But man, more people have died. More than some of these people are. They're probably celebrities that some of the younger people don't care about. But you know who they are, nevertheless. Even if you don't know them by the shows that they've been in past a certain period, you know them because of something that they've done recently, especially with the success of some other people. We'll go ahead and get into that. We're going to talk about a television series that we've been looking forward to. God damn, I've been
Fucking excited about like crazy.
And this is officially the second part of Let's Do This. We did one a couple of days ago before I left to come to New York, and since I've been on the road and traveling, we said we will actually do another one when I get here, and this is what we're doing now. Sorry for the delay, people. Shut the fuck up.
Right, we're doing it.
Yeah, we're doing it already. And I don't know how long we'll be able to do this. We're just going to mention a couple of things, try to answer a couple of emails, and then we're going to get on out of here because I got work to do tonight. But anyway, man, you know what? A lot of people were disappointed because we didn't give our battle cry to the show. So real quick, we're going to go ahead and do it. We ain't got that much time.
I'm ready. You ready?
I'm ready. Let's do this! Yes! Look, somebody has to look and go. Hey, you should have got in on it, man. I thought you were here. I was supposed to come in and do it.
Get to the chopper! It's the only way out!
No!
Oh, don't oppress me, oppressor.
He's another Jew.
You goddamn Jew poser.
Yeah, I'm laughing. He's like,
I don't dress or act like anyone else.
No, we got a girl here
except my 20 friends over here.
Yeah. That girl with the Jew breast I was talking about, yeah, she was actually coming here and be on the show. I think she got a wild streak in her. She tries to act so innocent, but she got like tattoos and all her private parts.
Dude,
what does that say?
Oh,
hold on. He's lifting the message up. You can't come in here and talk?
Yeah, I said, you need to clean out your underwear now? Like, what was that? Was that your finishing move?
I do. I need to clean up my underwear. Do you want to take the liberties of doing it? I'll leave the pleasure to you.
You only got single-ply toilet paper, though, so you kind of stick your
I want you to use your hands and tongue. No, then we got Galen up here. For people who don't like, when I travel to the New York office, people think I'm bullshitting. They don't think I really go. Galen, tell these people where you are.
We are in New York City.
Thank you. You can believe that. You just a random person who you can't see.
Right now, you guys are in San Antonio, fucking.
Yeah, I'm in Waco, staying at my mom's place. This is the guy who does our yard
guess
work.
where I am for you? I'm in Las Vegas. Woo-hoo!
Thank you, sir, for confirming where I am.
That's okay.
Yeah, we had all kind of important meetings today.
Yeah.
Yeah. We actually, you know what? I should ask people. You think this is a good time to bring it up?
Maybe. We can talk.
Yeah, we were talking today about expanding into video games, at least by doing like maybe a small podcast before, you know, because we don't know how we're going to like integrate video games onto the site. But look, they're pretty much they're telling us, they got a gun to our heads and they're saying you're going to do this. So yeah,
I'll do it, Galen. Hey, tell Galen I got a whole collection of Atari games I've been dying to talk about.
I'm talking to the co-host 3000. He said he's been dying to talk about his collection of Atari 2600 games. So yeah, man, we're probably going to start out with a podcast, doing a podcast on video games. And I was thinking maybe me, you, and I know a lot of people are going to say, oh, not this guy, but maybe the Hodges, because that's all Nick Hodges does. You know, Nick Hodges got money, so all he does is sit around and play those fucking video games.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I hate to call him out like that, but that's all he does, and he finishes that shit within like 48 hours.
So he does? That son of a bitch.
Yeah, them and another guy.
What a loser!
I know. Yeah, hey man, that's what happens when you live down the street from Tim Burton and Sting. You can afford to do that kind of shit. I'm not even. Galen's laughing. No, this guy, he lives in a really nice part of London. I went and had dinner at his place, and he lives. He says like, and no shit. He was like, I was walking by this cemetery, and Tim Burton was here, and he's like, right down the street here is Sting lives here, and I was just thinking, oh, okay.
This one has gamer chairs that like TV as you're playing it?
No, he has a hovercraft.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, he actually Sting floats around London. He's got the latest technology. But no, he just.
You know it's.
What's that?
Oh, go ahead.
No, what?
Oh no, I was gonna say before this whole video game thing started, I was talking to the guys from the Madness Hour, and Shaken, he was telling me, he's like, yeah, dude, I know you guys don't really do video games, but he was being kind of shy about it. He was like, I don't even want to bring this up, but if you guys ever thought about doing a video game, anything, keep us in mind because we're hardcore gamers and we'd be willing to help.
So there's a whole group. There's a whole group of those guys.
Yeah, the guys from the Madness Hour, they all actually on their show they talk about a lot of video games, the newest ones that come out, and they play the demos.
Well, apparently, Galen, there's a whole group on our site that are hardcore gamers, and they play the demos and everything, and they
Local talent.
where? Well, they're not in Austin though.
Well, they're in El Paso.
They're in El Paso. which might as well be in another country compared. I mean, it's in Texas, but
as opposed to London.
I think it's closer to. It takes a lot quicker to get to London than it does to get to El Paso. I don't know why. I don't know what time vortex you go through to get to El Paso. Even though it's in Texas, it feels like it's like 48 hours to get there.
I know it feels like if you're ever on that drive, it feels like 2 fucking days go by. And that's why I was like, if there's ever a war, if anybody decides to ever invade the U.S., if you're
go to El Paso.
If you're in Texas or in El Paso,
if the robots rise, go to El Paso.
You know what? You're gonna be just fine because our robot asses with that long fucking.
The robots even turn around and be like, "That man, that's too fucking long. I ain't going there."
Yeah, it's like there ain't shit out here.
Ain't shit out here but tumbleweeds and rocks. Ain't nothing for a robot. But man, we have like a group of guys in Texas, and they all play video games. So look, we might. I'm putting the call out right now. There you go. A big, people like, we have one big LAN party. No, I'm keeping some people in mind who play video games. I'm talking about you, the kind of, not just the guy who like plays video games every now and then. I'm not even talking about your hardcore gamer. We're not looking for hardcore gamers. We're looking for crackhead gamers. We're looking for people who all you do is sit up there and play video games and eat Twinkies and don't do anything else. We're looking for the kind of gamer where we will find you dead one day because you like went 48 hours while eating and drinking because you were trying to find a secret level in Mass Effect or some shit like that. You
breathe, eat, and shit video games.
Like those Asian kids who like they get on those MMOs.
Yeah.
And their heart just stops because they didn't sleep. They just kept playing. We're looking for that kind of person because we need a quick turnaround. We need people who can finish a game like in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And give us a review.
I need my 16-bit shot. But wait, they've gone past 16 bits, right? Is that?
Goddamn, boy, we're gonna have to get you another upgrade. But yeah. So we're talking video games. We're putting it out there. We might as well let everybody know we want to start a podcast. Now we can't get everybody. Maybe we'll hold some auditions or something. But we're looking for like 1 or 2 people to do a podcast with. And like I said, I got some other people in mind. There's a guy who's an older guy who like has he's funny as hell. A guy named Kevin Baird who does Video Game News Radio. I would like to talk to him about everybody. I'm looking for everybody.
See what happens,
Shit,
man.
I want to interview like the video game characters themselves. I want to interview Donkey Kong, Pac-Man.
Yeah. I'm friends with all those guys.
All of them. Yeah. I want that dude who was like in that movie A Fistful of Quarters.
Yeah.
That old guy that was like beat Donkey Kong like 20 times in a row, or whatever. I'm interviewing everybody. So
Qbert? I know that dude.
You know Qbert? Get him on the phone.
Yeah.
I want to talk to Qbert. Talk to everybody. So it looks like we got something going, man. Yeah.
I even know the ET 8-bit. E.T.
You know what? I'm people don't know I play video games too. Get out of here, Galen. I don't want to. Galen says he plays Sims. Man, I'm such a gamer that I went and got the ET video game. Like I ordered it just to collect it because it is the one of the worst fucking video games of all time.
Oh yeah, I still have it. It's somewhere around here, but it's one of those things. I just know I always come across it by accident. And I'm like, well, at least it's still there. And then I forget about it.
Yeah, no, I don't want to really play it. Like I haven't taken it out no, it came with no package. They just sent the cartridge.
Oh, I was about to say you still have the box and everything.
No. I think they sent me the box, but it's not wrapped. So,
okay.
Yeah, I'm not like those people who. There was one game that was found. It was a track and field type game for Nintendo.
Uh-huh.
And there were only like about 10 copies, maybe less, 8 copies to go out. That, and the Nintendo had some licensing thing where they had to. Oh, that's what it was. It was released with a peripheral, like a pad, a track pad, where it was like some kind of pad that you ran on. And I guess the harder you ran on it, it made the character run faster, something like that. Anyway, they had to do a recall on that peripheral.
Of course they did. That was like back in fucking 1982 where nothing like that fucking worked.
It worked at all. I think people electrocuting themselves trying to work that shit. And so they pulled
They step on it and that shit would break.
And they had to recall that shit. So when they recalled it, they had to recall the game also. And then they re-released the same game under a different name. Now, since that game was so quickly recalled under another title, they only had a limited amount of those games out there, a handful really. I mean, like I said, either 10 or less. So today, if somebody had that game that was still in its package, still wrapped up, I think it was worth like about $40,000.
Holy fuck.
And one guy just happened to go into, and the people who are finding it, they're not really gamers per se. They're people who they got it for Christmas and they never sold it or gave it away to anybody. And they just packed it in their attic or in their basement. And they said, well, I wonder if I should see if I have this game. And they go and look in there and they're like, oh, wait a minute. Holy shit, I have it. And then
that's like fucking winning the lottery too.
Yeah. That's just really, it's people who just pack rats, you know?
Yeah.
So
or just like or your mother who just throws all that shit in a box and throws it up in the basement.
Exactly.
And you're like, hey mom, you still got that game? What? I threw all that shit up in the fucking basement. Wait, how old are you now? What are you asking about that for?
You don't need that shit.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? It's better that that your mom put in the basement, because if it's anything like my mom, she just threw shit away.
Oh yeah.
I had so many He-Man action figures and shit just gone. Just like one day just mysteriously disappeared. And lying. My mother just lying about it. I'm like, what happened to them? Oh, somebody broke into the house. I'm like, and took just the He-Man action figures that they had to go in my closet and look in a box.
Yeah.
All the jewelry, all the purses, all the silverware, everything they just overlooked to go get some fucking He-Man figures.
Honey, baby, it burned in that fire. Don't you remember when the house was on fire?
What? No, I don't.
We're in the house right now.
When you say the house was broken in, do you mean my closet was broken in by you?
Yeah.
God damn it. Go get my fucking action figures. They gone.
Well, half the shit I used to have, I decided, and I'll pass this along to the next generation. And what do? They fucking bury it. That's what they do.
Yeah. Just gone.
Hey, what happened to? You still got my Skeletor and He-Man?
Oh shit! That you just buried and can't find anymore.
No, that motherfucker died. That motherfucker died back in 1986, and I buried him. Well,
I used to
what?
do that, man. I used to do that shit. I would bury action figures and forget where I left that shit. I mean, I'm being serious. Like, it would be at somebody else's house, and you just bury that shit because you just playing stupid shit, and you forget about it, and next thing you know, it's like years later, like, oh, I never went and pulled that thing back out.
Dude, when you're a young kid or a young robot, you have nothing better to do in your backyard besides dig up shit like a fucking dog. There was one time I was digging up. I used to play with action figures. Yeah, what's the problem with that? I was digging up the backyard.
Used to.
Yeah, he used to. Because I never saw my dad, my Japanese father. I never saw him. So
you perpetually reliving your childhood.
Yeah. So I was digging up the backyard and I accidentally dug up our dog.
Oh shit!
And I was like, "Oh!"
You said he ran away.
Wait a minute! I thought you were eating fajitas that night. Oh, that's terrible. No, Charlie. No. No, man, but that shit was. At least it was in a plastic bag, so yeah, it was pretty horrific. But anyway,
man.
Yeah, the thing is though. I was thinking if you think today's toys would be worth anything now, especially in an oversaturated market where it's like there's more toys than anybody even wants anymore.
That's a good question, because you never think. I mean, you feel like you have more insight now on what to expect from a toy, like a toy that would be worth something, because as kids we don't know. We're just playing with them. We never live past anything but the moment.
Right.
So we just break our shit and don't give a damn at the moment.
Yeah.
But yeah, with the eye that we have now, with the knowledge that we have that things can be valuable later, I'm looking at the same thing. I'm looking at these toys and thinking, is there anything out there that would be valuable later on that people would love? I'm sure there are, man. We're not immersed in that world like we were before buying toys.
And it's weird, at least with the last generation, at least the generation that grew up with the Star Wars toys. I find it now, looking back, it's kind of odd that these 20-something-year-old guys started collecting again in hopes that those toys would be worth something down the road when they got older. And now you realize that they're not worth shit now.
They're not.
Because there's so many of them now.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm trying to find that toy that was groundbreaking. I mean, say what you will about the merchandising with the TV shows that went on for certain toys, but I mean, Transformers, man. I haven't seen anything like Transformers come up yet. Like that groundbreaking toy was like, man, I have never seen an idea like this, or I've never seen a toy like this before.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's got to be something out there, man. I'm sure we're overlooking something.
Yeah. But who knows, man? Because you know what? I was thinking about this yesterday because there was a story that broke out that Cartoon Network and some other company, I guess whoever, I don't know the company that owned Thundercats, but they're bringing back Thundercats. They're redoing it like they did with He-Man, and they actually had a picture of what Lion-O is going to look like. It looks pretty damn vicious. It looks pretty badass, at least. But you know, it looks like it was a painted concept picture. But I was like, wow, they're still bringing shit back.
Well, yeah, they brought back Strawberry Shortcake. Of course, Transformers has made a comeback. Let's not forget that at some point G.I. Joe was a toy that made a comeback after when they had the 70s G.I. Joes, because they had those G.I. Joes that were like a foot tall or something like that. You remember?
They were fucking dolls.
They were. It was Ken getting ready to go to the gay club. It was Ken dressed up like he was dressed up like in a soldier's outfit, which was just another, his attire for going dancing that night.
Yeah, and I always thought about the parents. I was like, man, what are you playing with those goddamn toys, those dolls? I'm like, hey, motherfucker, you got a real doll. You got the Ken doll dressed up in fucking camouflage or fucking dressed up as World War II outfit right there. That is a doll, okay?
Yeah,
that is
a doll.
Straight up doll.
Yeah. No, seriously, it was. I mean, but that's how they made them. It's like they had the $6 million man where you could look through his head and see like 50 feet down the street or something like that. But they brought back G.I. Joe smaller with different characters. Like they weren't the same. They changed. So I can see these things making these resurgences. I'm just trying to find that. I'm trying to find that toy that is actually.
That's like this generation's Transformers or G.I. Joe or He-Man figure. Yeah, and I haven't seen it, but what I have seen are the fucking ridiculous prices that they had. Okay, now I was at the store the other day and I was like, I'll go browse through the toy and look for that new toy. I'm like, let me see if there's anything that's really sticking out. And I see like these DC action figures where they've even taken. Okay, remember that comic book that was really big called Crisis on Infinite Earths?
Yeah.
They've been putting out toys of those characters, those obscure characters from that comic book.
Yeah.
And 2-packs. And I swear to God, dude, these action figures now, they're not even like 2 inches tall now. They're selling these small figures for like almost like $8. And I was like, in this day and age, who in the fuck is buying $8 action figures that are like tiny as hell?
And these fucking toys too, man. I mean, I don't know, like they release all these different versions of Batman and Superman and all these kind of things, and I don't see the value in those.
And I'm wondering who's buying this shit, really. I mean, who is really buying this shit? I don't know anyone our age anymore that's buying fucking toys. God knows I don't. But I learned my lesson. I learned my lesson like credit cards.
Yeah.
This shit is not doing anything but making my life miserable.
When you sitting around with a pile of nothing.
Yeah,
and you were like, "Wow, I could have cashed this in and bought actually something worthwhile. I could have invested in property.
Yeah,
instead I'm surrounded by fucking. What's that?
I open up my closet in my fucking basement here, and I fucking have a crapple lanch of fucking toys.
Yeah.
Like fucking beating down on my head, almost dying from that shit, thinking like, oh wow, look at all these fucking toys and their packaging.
Yeah,
how much should I pay for this?
Yeah, you still pay like
$6, $12, $13. And I add it all up in my head. I'm like, holy fuck!
God damn! Yeah, you sitting around and just kind of like,
fool.
Man, yeah, you're looking at this shit and you're just like, man, I could have bought a house. Instead, I'm surrounded by fucking 20 Joker toys.
Yeah.
All sitting around laughing at me.
I could have bought a house. I could have bought a car. I could have bought a hot broad. But what did I buy? Fucking plastic and paint. Plastic, paint, and cardboard. That's all I bought.
Yeah, fuck that, man. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I'm
anyway,
like, I learned the hard way.
Who?
I'm sorry, what'd you say? You went out a little bit. What'd you say?
Oh, Didn't some stars die?
Yes, he did. From toy overdose. No, they died. Let's see. Well, the first one I'm gonna look at here is Gary Coleman, man.
Yep.
Because we set up here, we're laughing at Gary Coleman.
That poor guy is now 4 feet under. Oh,
man, it's just
he lived a short life, Corey. It was a
it's
short
some
one.
sad shit too, man. Because the joke's already coming out. Somebody showed me a picture today. They said, "Look, here's Gary Coleman's coffin." I looked over like, really, and I was like, "Oh man, that's too soon." And you know what it was? It was a Coleman cooler.
Oh no! Are you kidding?
Yeah, no, because
That's
they had Coleman
up.
on the side. Yeah,
That is not right, my friend.
yeah, that shit. Yeah, it was fucked up.
Did
man.
you hear what he actually died of?
Yeah, a head injury.
Oh, I thought it was a different stroke, but
He was, man, goddamn, this poor guy never caught a break, and in death we still giving him a hard time. This fool has, I mean, he was a parody of himself up until he died. It was so sad, man, because
yeah.
I was talking to this about Carlisle the other night about how you had this, or maybe it was on the call-in show with somebody. You had a guy who was on one of the most popular shows of its day.
Yeah.
He was crossing over into movies. He had one of the most popular catchphrases of that day. Of course, that would be, "What you talking about, Willis?"
Right.
And he also had, like, again, talking about toys, dolls,
Yep.
and a cartoon made about him.
That's right, which is really sad because do you remember what that cartoon was about?
Yeah, he was an angel.
Yeah.
It was the weirdest thing too because again, I'll repeat this what I said on the call-in show. It was called the Gary Coleman Show. However, it was based on a movie where he was called Andy LeBeau, where he played an angel because the movie was called The Kid with the Broken Halo.
Mm-hmm.
And watching that, I was thinking, because they were showing it one night on Adult Swim, for some reason they were showing that. It was like a big 80s retro thing. They were showing that and Chuck Norris and something else.
Oh, wow.
But I was watching that and I was thinking, man, because I think not too long after that, and I bullshit you not, I think within that same time span, the cartoon with Gary Coleman would come on, and these guys at Cartoon Network must have done this as a joke, if it's the way I'm thinking of, because during the commercial break of the Gary Coleman cartoon show, there comes a commercial with Gary Coleman himself coming out and saying, "Would you like to make more money? Are you behind in bills? Do you need?" And it's like, and it's one of those cheap video commercials too. Like the shit was shot on video, like it looked like it was shot in somebody's backyard. It's like
in
the
the 80s.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
yeah. And you think the only thing you know, the only reason why you know it's not the 80s is because maybe if you saw Gary Coleman from behind, you think it's like, oh, it's the cute Gary Coleman. But no, he's missing the afro and his face looks old. So.
Oh no.
But man, and plus he went through that whole stint as a security guard where he couldn't catch a break there. And
Oh, did you ever see the Dave Chappelle skit he did? It was actually from the Lost Years. It was a batch. It was from a batch of skits.
Oh, and
that
they never
Dave
ran
Chappelle,
it.
Yeah, Dave Chappelle didn't want anyone to see, and one of them was Gary Coleman working at a toy store, I think. And he was beating up. He ended up beating up a customer.
Yeah. Wasn't Gary Coleman in the skit?
No.
Oh no, he was.
Dave
Yeah, he was
Chappelle.
wearing shit like he was playing a midget.
He was on his knees
Yeah,
with the shoes on his knees.
Yeah, when you do the thing where you get down on your knees and put the shoes under your knees.
Yeah. He was doing that. What's that guy who played a dwarf on Golf? The comedian
Tim Conway.
Tim Conway. He did dwarf a character, this dwarf character that Tim Conway did, where it was the same concept where he was on his knees and he had shoes like taped to his knees, but he played golf.
Yeah, I remember Dorf. Yeah, that character he played with the shoes underneath his.
Dave Chappelle did the same thing.
Yeah. No,
hilarious.
you know what, man? That's the thing. The guy couldn't catch a break after a while, and I remember one of the last things I saw him doing that was close to even being back to his professional life. He did this really awful TV movie about different strokes, and it was him and the guy. What's it? The guy that played Willis. Forgot his name.
Oh yeah, the troublemaker.
The one that went to jail was blowing up shit.
Yeah,
terrorizing the city.
I can't remember his name. Let me
look it up because I kind of remember his name, but it's right there on the tip of my tongue.
God, yeah, but you know what though? I was just thinking about the daughter from Different Strokes, which
Oh
she
yeah,
she died early too. I think she died of I can't remember if it was drug
she
related or what.
well she did have a drug problem. If you remember, she went in and robbed a video store, and I
Yeah.
think she died. I think either she committed suicide or she died of an overdose.
Yeah,
And I'm
I
trying to.
oh shit, I'll look that up too. But anyway, Todd Bridges. That's
Todd Bridges is his name.
yeah,
That's right, Todd Bridges, and Dana Plato is the actress's name.
yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, she was they were a troubled group, man. And
It says right here on Saturday, May 8th, 1999, Dana died of what appeared to be an accidental overdose of a painkiller called Lortab. Later on May
okay,
21st, a coroner's inquest ruled her death a suicide due
so
to the large amount of
was
drugs.
all right.
Yeah.
Both of those are right. I knew something
She
like
died
yeah.
at she was 34 when she
Yeah,
died.
and she did a spread in Playboy too.
Yeah, she did a spread, and she was actually in a soft core film that they played on Cinemax one night.
Wow, did she actually perform?
Yeah, no, you saw her breast. Yeah, I mean,
Oh
she
wow.
was nude.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
sad, man, because she wasn't bad looking. She had a daughter, I think,
Oh
too.
no.
Did she do the same thing about her having a daughter?
No, I didn't. I don't see that.
I think she had a daughter too. She left behind a daughter, and
Yeah.
yeah.
But I mean, the thing is about Gary Coleman, I always really felt bad for that guy because it seems like every time, at least the last few times I heard about him or saw him on TV was when he was having problems with his wife. I guess the girl he ended up marrying, who I thought I saw. I swear I thought I saw an episode. It was like a People's Court. I can't remember which one it was, but Gary Coleman was in court with his wife over money issues or something. But I don't think they weren't even divorced though. That's the thing. But I know he was always in court over some crazy shit dealing with his wife.
Wow.
And on top of that, I just read today that they're questioning the wife right now because they're suspecting foul play.
Well,
But now I think that story's been turned around to say that they weren't technically married.
well, here's the deal. It says here, Gary Coleman's ex-wife says she pulled the plug on the ailing child actor on the Friday that he died because she didn't want him to end up like Parkinson's-stricken Muhammad Ali or late coma patient Terry Chavo. The doctors, and this is her saying this, the doctor said even if they did take a chunk out of his brain, he would not be the same. He would be basically like Muhammad Ali, and her name is Shannon Price. She said this in a video that the day after Coleman's death, and it was posted on TMZ.
Huh.
And she says he would have died sooner or later anyway. So he had a brain injury. I think he fell and had a brain injury, and they even showed this funny video of him earlier. Like it wasn't okay. It was played up for laughs. Like somebody had like videotaped him coming out of a hospital, and you could just tell that something wasn't right with him because he was kind of out of it. Because they were saying because everybody laughed at Gary Coleman. I actually really feel sad about this.
Yeah. No, it is sad. I mean, when you honestly think about it, it is sad.
Yeah, I mean, we're joking. We'll probably make some more jokes, but I mean, really, it's sad. The guy didn't catch a break. I mean, and even in that video, it looked like he was really sick. He came out of the hospital, and they were saying, and the guy was kind of laughing. They're like, "Hey, Gary, how you feeling, man?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay. Yeah, I'm just kind of out of it right now." And even then, looking at him, you were just kind of like, "Man, this guy." He's not too well. And co-host, I swear to God, man, and you know me, I'm not a religious person.
Right.
I don't believe in all these clairvoyant phenomena such as being psychic or ESP or anything like that.
I know.
However, I swear to you, this is true. The night before he died, I was doing that thing. I was talking about what you talking about, Willis. I was making fun of him, man, and because I was laughing, and I didn't even watch a video. I just laughed. He just popped in my head. A funny video popped in my head where somebody was talking about different strokes and doing that catchphrase, and I was telling somebody about that. And then I thought to myself, I didn't say it out loud. I thought to myself and said, I wonder how long he has to go. He's not looking too well. I hope he doesn't die soon. And the next day I went to our site and it said actor Gary Coleman. And before I finished, I was like, he's dead. And I was like, wow, that is weird, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it's a coincidence, but
I got a comment on my page going. I think it was on my page. I read it somewhere where somebody was like, "What did you do, co-host?" I don't know. I was like, "What?" And then I read Gary Coleman's dead. I was like, "What?" I got that. I've been getting that for the past few days because, of course, Toby Hooper died recently as well, which I think is like a huge loss because that guy. I mean, Dennis Hopper. I just said Toby Hooper. What the hell's wrong with me?
Dennis Hopper. I was like,
Dennis
Toby
Hopper.
Hooper.
Yeah, Toby Hooper is alive. Wait, no, he's still alive.
No, he's alive.
No, Dennis Hopper, recently died, and that really blew me away. Only because I'm a huge fan of Blue Velvet, and another film he did called River's Edge, where he plays this hermit of a crazy guy.
Before we move on to Dennis Hopper, because I got some things to say about him, I just want to wrap up Gary Coleman real quick. My whole thing that I'm sad about Gary Coleman on is that what was it like to probably be working as a security guard, trying to get work, and having to take commercials like this? Because the guy said, when he died, he was quoted as saying from somebody. He didn't say it's when he was dying. Somebody brought up this quote again, saying he was mentioning, "I'd rather work at a fast food place than have been a child celebrity."
Yeah.
But yet he was always out there trying to be seen. He's always making guest appearances and videos, and he's out for some reason. He didn't know what else to do. It seems like, and I just wonder how sad it is, to be, let's just say, a security guard, and then you look at TV one day and you see the cartoon that was made about you, or all the shows that you did in syndication, and just think like, man, at one time I had everything and I never would have been in here. And a lot of it, they say, probably has to do with his parents messing with his finances. So
I mean, that poor guy, I think, that's his life was always under a microscope because, a lot of times he did put himself there in that situation too. But it is sad because that it just shows everyone that no matter how early you get the success, it's not guaranteed to ever make you happy.
It's not guaranteed to make you happy, and a lot of these child actors, it's also very sad because you're cute, because he came around when America had an obsession with small black people.
Yeah, Webster.
Webster.
The thing is, Webster
Rodney
must
Allen.
have done
Do you remember Rodney Allen Rippey?
Yeah, that guy must have done everything right because I was like, wow, I'd feel really bad for that guy if he, had to share the same type of life that Gary Coleman did, because you're like, shit, being a short actor. I don't know how old you are when you realize that you have this. What was the? Do you know what Gary Coleman had as far as?
Yeah, he was on dialysis. He had, I think, 2 kidney transplants and maybe more. And so I'm sure that stunted his growth. Everybody knew this when he was a kid. And when he was a kid, everybody thought it was cute. And he happened to grow into that adult that just didn't fit any kind of, I don't know, just his physical appearance didn't fit the adult world as far as movies go. He was a hard person to cast in anything except being, Gary Coleman.
No, he would not have been up for Spider-Man at all. Honestly,
I told somebody. That's what I told Carlisle. I said, man, I wish Gary Coleman was around. Let's just cast him. We're gonna go that way.
You did.
Yeah, I did. But yeah, man.
I was gonna try to listen. I wanted to listen to that show yesterday because I've been dying to hear it all week, and just there's things happening left and right around here right now. But no, I wanted to hear just because I was scared. I was like, I like to bring it up, but I'm always scared that I'm gonna repeat or say something by accident that you guys already talked about. But anyway,
it doesn't matter.
That's funny that you say that though. No,
but it was cool, man. I like Gary Coleman. He gave us some good memories. He even gave us some good laughs. And I think he was 42 when he died. I don't think anybody thought like the way his life was going. I'll be surprised if anybody thought he had any kind of longevity, because it just seemed like he was destined to either things are going to get better for him or get worse, and he never seemed to get better. And I'm just sad for the guy. I really am. I mean, we laugh and everything, but really, really, really am sad for that guy. I mean, they never caught a break after a certain point.
You know, and the thing is, I was hoping, well, you know, at least the guy will catch a break after his death, but no, there's more jokes, and you know, the crazy thing about it is, like, right now the story that they're talking about right now is dealing with a wife now, who lawyers are saying she wasn't technically married to him at the time of his death, so that's an issue right now because she's the one who ordered them to pull the plug on him. So legally, I think she can't do that
because she was his ex-wife.
But apparently, a lot of people didn't know that. Like, they thought, I guess, at this hospital, I'm thinking, which is the issue right now, is that the hospital, you know, I guess she said she was Gary Coleman's wife, and that she made the order to go ahead and pull the plug on him. But now they're saying, well, technically they were divorced, so she didn't have that right. It should have been an immediate family member.
Yes.
So hopefully, you know, this whole thing will get resolved, and it won't turn into, you know, a big media circus with this whole issue now.
I hope so.
Just so the guy can fucking, you know, be at peace and go in heaven just like in the cartoon.
He's a real Andy LeBeau now.
Yeah, you know. But I tell you what, though, man. On the day of his death, I was looking at my friend's Facebook, and she wrote this. I had to say, it's like, rest in peace, Gary Coleman. You freaked me out, but still sad about your death. And I was like, holy shit.
Oh, what kind of, come on.
That's how I want to be remembered. You know, and I was like, what
Jesus.
the hell? You freaked me out, but still sad about your death. Oh, my God.
Come on, God.
I think she just scared of little people. I think that's the big issue.
Yo, you told me about this friend that was scared of short people.
Well, actually, I have two friends like that. Maybe it's probably somebody else.
Well, you know what, man?
Anyway.
I don't think we're gonna have to. We got to talk about these other two people because I gotta go. We got people.
Oh yeah. Oh, you got to go right now?
Yeah. Well, I don't know, man. I got about 10 minutes. I got
all right,
tonight is Thursday, and everybody's like, all the artists are like getting
that's cool.
approval of stuff and everything. But also passing away is Dennis Hopper, and Dennis Hopper was cool. Dennis, I was telling talking about this other night on a couple of cold ones. Did you know? I didn't realize how much trouble this fool was to work with, man.
No, I haven't heard. No, I've never read or heard any crazy
Early
story.
in his career,
I believe it.
yeah.
I believe it.
Yeah, I think his first movie was Rebel Without a Cause, and Giant. I only know this because I love Giant, and he's in Giant. He played in Giant when he was 19, I believe, and he wanted to be James Dean, man. He wanted to be.
Really?
Yeah, he wanted to be like James Dean.
Wow.
So he copped this attitude, and people just thought like, okay, this guy's a nightmare to work with, and people wouldn't want to work with him. He almost ruined his whole career until he came out with Easy Rider. That was his movie.
Shit.
A lot of people don't remember he directed Easy Rider.
He definitely directed that movie. It's a great film. But yeah, I'm sure that he told him, "Hey, dude, James Dean is fucking hot. You're not." So shut the fuck up. It's like an ugly chick trying to get her way, trying to emulate fucking, trying to be fucking Miley Cyrus or one of these other fucking chicks.
Exactly. Yeah, please, you James
That's
Dean,
a bad
you
example.
are not.
I'm sorry.
But no, man, he's interesting thing here. I heard an interview with him. He said that Easy Rider was the first movie to use other music for a soundtrack. Like movies before, they either scored or they used music that was made for that movie. Like for the whole soundtrack, that is, for the whole score. Easy Rider was the first one to like completely have a score made up of other music.
Oh wow! So I guess so it's like it's the first film with an actual soundtrack.
Yeah.
Wow.
Exactly. Something like that. The first one with and a soundtrack used from other people's music.
Because I remember back in the day you had the soundtrack that was used. That title was used for the score, which now when you go buy CDs, now the CD says musical score, which is the actual composition that they use, and now they have soundtrack, which is now a group of bands that they put on the CD. But they used to use soundtrack, that title for CDs back then, with just the score, like Star Wars soundtrack, shit like that. But no, that's cool, man. I think, you know what I forget too is that didn't he direct Colors too?
He directed a lot of movies. Colors is one of the movies he directed, and Colors is the one about the gangs. You remember that?
Everybody, the Bloods and the Crips.
The Bloods and the Crips, and it was the one where he
Sean Penn,
and it had the Ice-T song Colors.
I wasn't even Ice-T in that. Oh, dude, when that song came out, everyone was singing that fucking song like it was their job. Colors. I'm just a nightmare walking
psychopath talking. I don't know some shit. Crazy man eating.
Yeah, Sean Penn and Robert Duvall, dude, were in that movie. Yeah,
that's right. Robert Duvall was in that movie, man.
That's a great film.
Do you think, because the movie wasn't very well received? It was like, it got a lot of.
Well, dude, that's because there's a lot of minorities in there. So back
they scared people.
Were scared like shit when they had to watch a movie about colored people, Mexicans, colored people. Holy shit! But no, you know what? I'd actually like to go back and watch that film and see if it holds up still.
It's a very 80s movie, man. I saw it like a few years ago. It's not. That's what I'm saying. Look at it again. It's not as great as you think it is, but it's all right.
Corey, but I tell you what, though, man. He will always live in my mind as fucking
hello.
And Blue Velvet.
Oh,
fucking hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah. No, I can hear you.
Okay. No, dude, his fucking character and fucking Blue Velvet. Oh man, dude. Baby wants to fuck. You know, you can quote that movie all fucking day long.
Yeah.
Fuck that shit.
Oh yeah, yeah. I remember that. And he had the inhaler and all that kind of shit.
Yeah. Frank Booth. Yeah. Don't fucking look at me.
Yeah, he didn't win an Academy Award for that. He was nominated for 2 Academy Awards. One was for Best Screenplay for Easy Rider, and then he also got nominated for Hoosiers. But
that's right.
As far as the Golden Globes is what he was nominated for. It's probably the most prestigious one he was nominated for when he went for Blue Velvet for being Best Supporting Actor in there, and also nominated for Hoosiers in that. He won that at I think it was the LA Critics, something like that. It was some critics.
Okay.
It was some smaller critics thing where he won. Right. He actually won for that, and he won for Best Villain from MTV, but it was for Speed. So
that's right. Oh my God. I told somebody the other day. It's like I was like, hey, say this line for me. He's like, he was like, what do you want me to say? It's like, ask me if you want to pour that beer for me. And he's like, well, what? And I just say this line, and he's like, do you want me to pour it for you? I was like, no, I want you to fuck it. Yeah.
And they're like, huh? What are you talking about? Yeah. Don't get your ass beat talking to people like that one day. No, I'm sorry. It's from a movie, I swear. But yeah, if you want to know some of the movies he directed, I'm trying to find some. I'm trying to look him up. He directed a movie called The Hot Spot. Mm-hmm. Something called he directed Colors. He directed the last movie, which I heard him in an interview say that was like a pretty bad movie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He's like, he got slammed on that, and he actually for a while, I think he got out of movies briefly to be an art collector or a painter or something like that. He actually dropped one of his agents because his agent said, hey, if you know this whole art thing, you got to get out, you got to quit doing this. And
looking here, it says. He did a bunch of short subject films too. So, and
he was in tons of documentaries. I was telling somebody else the other day, it's like one of the reasons why I'm sorry I didn't see the Gorillaz when they came out with Demon Days in New York is because he was there for the live performances, which were very limited, because he narrates their song on Demon Days, fire coming out of a monkey's head.
That's right.
Why they got Dennis Hopper to do that, I don't know, but it was cool.
Yeah. I mean, the first Mr. Bungle CD They took a lot of quotes from his character from Blue Velvet, and a lot of it is like, sprinkled on that album throughout the album. But a film that I really would love to recommend people, just because I know a lot of people probably haven't seen or even heard of it, is River's Edge. That movie he starred with Keanu Reeves. Actually, that's just a great Keanu Reeves movie. He plays like a stoner metalhead, and it revolves around a group of friends who realize that one of their friends killed their girlfriends, and who they all used to be friends with, and it's just them trying to deal with the situation but being very like passé about it. And it's just a great film. But he plays like an ex-biker who murdered his girlfriend and has been hiding out, and you just kind of see his character, like how he obsesses over it, how crazy he is in that film, but at the same time he feels really remorseful over what he did, as opposed to the kid who he's hiding out. Yeah. The kid who's hiding out at his place, who killed his girlfriend just to do it, just because he got it. It's just something he wanted to do. But it's a great character piece. If you kids out there haven't seen that movie, look for it. River's Edge. It's like Dennis Hopper. It's fucking great. Only because, we're used to him playing crazy characters, but he shows a whole slew of other emotions, while watching that film, which I find really dynamic, really incredible.
Yeah. A lot of people, even like in some of his earlier movies, like if you see Giant, he's a teenager in that movie, and he's very soft spoken. He plays the son of Elizabeth Taylor and Rock Hudson, but then he started, of course, he started getting to that drug culture. I mean, he did a lot of drugs, man. He'll tell you. Yeah. He would have told you too. Yeah, I did a lot of drugs.
He was on a lot of drugs, I think, while they were shooting Apocalypse Now.
I was just about to mention. Yeah. Everybody was doing drugs, and he was a part of that culture, and he was like, and everybody was fucking high. And like when you see him acting crazy, hey man, what do you think they're gonna think about him, man? You're gonna think they're gonna call him a good man? They're gonna call him a wise man, man. Yeah. They say a lot of those people were high during that. Yeah, when he was in Apocalypse Now, like he's one of the most memorable characters in that movie too. Yeah, the guy was there was a few movies, you're right, where he played against type, because he's known for being like that crazy guy. Yeah. Thanks to roles like Blue Velvet and Apocalypse Now, even Easy Rider to a certain point. But he finally died, man, on when he died? He died on May 29th. Of this year. He had prostate cancer. Oh, dude. Yeah, it was that cancer is
cancer is killing everyone these days, man. It's scary, really.
I know, like everybody's cancer, whether it be, it's all coming in all forms, man.
Ass cancer.
Y'all know this shit. Ear cancer. Shit. Eyelash cancer. Cancer ain't no joke.
Pee-hole cancer.
They say that he only weighed He said he only weighed 100 pounds when he died, and couldn't talk. He couldn't talk anymore. So he was in the middle of a divorce then. I think he's been divorced like 50 times or something like that.
Oh yeah, that guy. Yeah, I think he's had like a string of women. But hey, he's Dennis Hopper. He can do that. Hey, but let us not forget though, Corey, that he played probably like one of the most memorable video game villains of all the time, King Koopa in Super Mario Brothers, the movie, back in 1993. Let us not forget about that.
Who can't forget, man? His tour de force.
Never forget. I
forgot about this.
Never forget.
You know what? He's been many things. He's been an Easy Rider. He's been in Apocalypse Now. He was in Blue Velvet, but he will always be King Koopa to us in Super Mario Brothers. God damn it.
We're gonna be having screenings of that all day at my place. When I did read that he died, I had to watch. The first movies I watched were Blue Velvet and River's Edge, so I had to pay my tribute.
Yeah, no, well
I watched for Gary Coleman, I watched the intro to that Gary Coleman show.
Oh, so. Different Strokes.
No, to the one where it was the Gary Coleman show where he turns into an angel. I remember that. Actually, you know what? Watch that video, and it'll actually make you feel kind of good. It's like, hey, and I wrote to some friends that day. I was like, hey, he never left, dude. He's just going on the next adventure.
To the next.
And here's the proof.
He finally his halo is fixed. It's no longer broken.
That's right. Even though in that cartoon, if you watch when the angel puts the halo on him, he tilts it forward. So he's still styling profile.
Oh, he's got that tilt, got that gangster lean in heaven. That fool, man. I remember the music to that show.
Doesn't that music just make you think of an old black guy like sitting in like a porch,
sitting on the porch with a hound dog?
Yeah.
Playing his harmonica. Ride on the back of a hay truck.
Here comes a big, he works at the junkyard, the big red truck.
Oh, let me recommend something before we go. Watch this week's episode of the Boondocks. If you have to watch it on it. Oh, sorry. Hey, how you doing, man? We cool? Oh, okay. Let me know if I'm in the way or anything. Man, watch this week's episode of the Boondocks because Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm on a microphone here. I didn't want. Oh, you on the phone too? Oh, okay, sorry.
You're both crazy.
we both have been talking, having two different conversations.
You're both
in the same room.
crazy.
It sounds like we're talking to each other. The cleaning guy came in. He had on an earpiece, and so every time I was saying like, "Hey man, you need to check out this week's episode of the Boondocks," he went like, "Mm-hmm," and I was like, "Yeah, I swear it's really good, man." Mm-hmm. And I was like, I thought he was answering me, but turns out we having two different conversations. Yeah. But
you love it, huh? I love it.
Yes. But man, watch this week's episode of the Boondocks. That shit is crazy. I'm serious.
Is it? Okay. I'm gonna have to download
it. There's some characters on there that they model after Sanford and Son.
Oh, really?
And also it has some of the best fight scenes I've seen in anything in a long time. Like
no shit.
Yeah. These old people show up because they want to take revenge on the Freeman family because they killed this guy named Stinkmeyer like in an episode like years ago on an actual episode of the Boondocks. And so they come back like this kung fu trifecta, man. Like they terrorized the old folks' home and they got kicked out and now they're looking for the Freeman family, and it's like watching Kill Bill almost. I mean, the fight scenes in this are amazing, man. It's funny as shit too.
I need to see that. Hey, do you have any of those seasons of Boondocks?
I had the first season.
I've only seen like one episode, really.
I had the first season, and I'll give you that. But the animation in this episode was amazing, man. It
awesome.
It blew me the fuck away. I was like,
I want to
wow.
see that.
It was like one of the best animes that you've seen in a long time, man. It was amazing, and it's funny as shit. You gotta watch that, man.
All right, I will.
But nigga, that's what they keep saying.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's the only thing that gets to it, man. They just keep saying it. Every character in there.
No shit.
I mean, it's one of those shows where they call white people that too. It's like
they do.
Like these old people break into a bingo hall.
Yeah.
And there's a white guy who's running the bingo table, and they just break in and terrorize the whole place. And they're like, "Hey," they're like, "Bingo, nigga, what I win?"
It's guaranteed laughs every time.
But man, the last person
calling the door the N-word. Get away from
Let me in, nigga. It's a door. It's wood. What's wrong with you, man?
About to get my tea on.
What you say? Talking to a door like that?
Open says me, nigga. Damn.
Shit, this nigga's outside. I gotta feed him. Who?
I gotta put a quarter in the N-word jar now.
I know. What you talking about? This nigga right here. They point at a cat. I gotta feed this nigga right here.
Yeah.
Well, he is black.
Yeah. Man, don't beat me up, black people.
Now, the last person we're going to mention, and we're not going to even mention that in length because we got to get going, is Rue McClanahan. She was the hot golden girl.
Yep, that's right. She was the what is that? The chick from Sex and the City. She's Kim Cattrall's character, basically, as an old lady. Yeah. But not as cool. Kim Cattrall is nowhere near as cool as Rue McClanahan.
Rue McClanahan. And Rue, even back then, Rue McClanahan, I was like, if somebody told me I had to do one of these Golden Girls, well, chances are I'd probably do all of them. But the one of choice is Rue McClanahan. She was that's how people remember her, as kind of the good-looking the good-looking golden girl. She died of a
Yeah.
stroke, man. She actually lived through, again, cancer. Breast cancer got her. But not, it didn't take her out, but she's a breast cancer survivor. But it was a stroke that she died from. She was 76, man. But she's got a long history of television work, a very long history of television work, and also some movies she's got under her belt too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
she,
well,
you know what?
yeah.
She was actually in the movie that the band named themselves after. They Might Be Giants.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she was actually in that. She's in a lot of movies. A lot of people probably would not remember.
They probably wouldn't recognize her,
Right,
too.
recognize her. She was actually in Starship Troopers, if anybody can remember, though.
She was?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. She was. Wait. Okay, was she on one of the shows about the. Like, it was kind of like a Crossfire type show?
I think so. Yeah.
Really? Okay.
But she was.
I'm going to have to look that up now. All right.
Lot of television shows, though, like All in the Family, and she was in Give Me a Break, Murder, She Wrote. Of course, she was in The Golden Girls.
Right.
I think she was in Maude.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of television stuff from the 70s, man. I even think she made like some appearances on Lou Grant. Lou Grant was like the Mary Tyler Moore spinoff.
Mm-hmm.
So
Wow.
I think I'm not sure, but I could have swore that she like made an appearance on that. She did a lot of TV stuff, man. King of the Hill. She did. She did a voice on later on. She was on Law and Order. Her last thing that she was on television, I think, I'm not sure, was Tyler Perry's Meet the Browns. So.
No shit.
Yeah, so Tyler Perry got it. He got it before she left.
Damn. Yeah. You gotta go out like a star.
Yeah, Betty White is taking it pretty hard though. Betty,
I bet,
yeah.
man. I can't imagine right now what she's feeling or going through right now with this. But
Well, if
it's
you
like,
remember,
it's like everyone's gone. I mean, wouldn't that be strange? It's like
she's
it's like
the last one left.
that's how I'm gonna feel when all you guys are gone. The Spill Crew.
Yeah, because you're gonna live on because you're the
I'm
robot.
gonna keep
yeah.
living on, unfortunately. But
Well, if you remember, the Golden Girls it was Betty White, Rue McClanahan. I think the old woman's name was what's her name? Bruce Banner. Did you say Bruce Banner?
Bruce Banner. No, I said Beatrice Arthur.
Beatrice Arthur. Yeah, she was on there. But the oldest one, the one that was supposed to be the oldest one, is what's her name? Estelle.
Estelle Getty.
There you go, Estelle Getty. Yeah, and so they're all dead. And right now, Betty White's the only one left, so she must be nervous as fuck right now.
or maybe she's standing. Maybe she's standing by her grave. I told you I'd outlive all you motherfuckers.
You motherfucker.
I told
She's
you.
cackling.
Nigga. Nice.
But man, so I got to get out of here, man. These artists,
All right,
they
brother.
need some stuff. But listen, before we go, people, good turnout, man. Very good turnout on the Twitter contest.
No shit.
Yeah, we
people
had.
people were like putting shit on the comments on our last show, which was cool.
I saw that, and we had a good turnout on the Twitter on the Twitter contest. A lot of people tweeting about it on Spill.com. People, if you don't know what we're talking about, we are having a contest where we're going to give away this week, and next week we might give away something else. But this week we're giving away about 3 VIP passes for people who give us their best memories or their best Spill moments, the moments that made them laugh the hardest, cry the hardest, shit on themselves the hardest, whatever. The best stories that appeal to us or take us back or make us remember, oh, that was a great time. We're going to give them some VIP passes. Now, Don't fuck around and enter the contest expecting to win if you already bought a pass, okay? If you bought a pass, don't be stupid, all right? I mean, I heard some people say they want to give away those passes, and if we pick yours and you have a special request, then let us know. And the passes are not going to be mailed to people. They're going to have to pick those up here when they come to the festival. But yeah, we're giving away passes to Spill.com, and we're going to pick 3 people out this week. We'll announce the winners next week on our show.
Cool.
But if you want, it's still time to enter. If you'd like to enter, use your hashtags. And the hashtags is the numerical symbol. If you do a search with a hashtag, the way you do a search with a hashtag or use a hashtag is you put the number symbol, that's your hashtag, and you put whatever you want to search after that or go to or whatever group you want to tweet on. In our case, it would be the number symbol spill.con. No spaces. It would be the number symbol SPILLDOT CON, not M, but N, con, like con man, or short for convention. Again, that is hashtag
Condom.
Condoms. There you go. I can always depend on you to think nasty of nasty motherfucker. What kind of laugh is that? That's that Betty White evil laugh. But
everyone's gonna forget about this shit. Go ahead.
I know, but yeah, again, the information for that is the hashtag, the number symbol, hashtag spill.con. Search for that, put that in your Twitter, twatter, whatever it is that you do, and
put in your twat.
Put in your twat. And enter the contest, and we did have a really good turnout, and the festival's going well. When I tell people, don't depend on winning tickets to go. We're going to be just a few weeks out, and the sales are picking up, so I would recommend go ahead and try to get your tickets while they're available. The VIP passes, that is. There'll still be things available afterwards, but the VIP pass is what you're going to want to get. So
it's funny. Every time you mention that hashtag, it always sounds like
hashtag.
Use your ass. That's what I'm like. I'm just waiting for you to just say use your ass. I'm like, damn, Corey, you ain't gonna get nobody this thing.
Pull it out your ass.
Use your ass. Put in your twat.
In the words of Red Fox, Red Fox had a comedy album called "You Need to Clean Your Ass." It was a nasty album too, man. One of his jokes is he's talking about a woman who has a dirty ass, and he's like, "Damn," I think that's what it is. He's like, "Damn, baby, you need to clean your ass, not just your ass, but your asshole." Oh,
that was a joke.
That was the joke. Yeah, everybody's like, "Yeah." That was a punchline. Oh, correction here before we go out. Dana Plato had a son, not a daughter, and her son killed himself at 25. So.
Oh.
What a way to go out, huh? Go out on a happy ending.
Yeah, what the hell? I'm gonna kill my fucking self after this show.
Yeah. But yeah, people, we want to talk about some other things. I know we said we want to talk about a show we're looking forward to and all this kind of stuff.
Talk about that next week.
Yeah, we'll talk about that next week. We'll read some emails next week. We just don't have time tonight. I'm really busy. So anyway, co-host, it's been fun, man.
Hey, always a pleasure.
And I will talk to you later on. See ya.
All right, man. See you asses later.
See your ass tags later.
Ass tags, yeah. Put them in your twats. See you, man.
Get to the chopper! Get to the chopper!